Hey everybody, it's Maggie. We are behind the scenes at Matrix Destination in Orlando, Florida. We just periscoped the George Papanikolas and Tabitha Coffee Show, and many of you were asking for a demo on how George does his balayage teasing technique. I've been following poor George around. There he is. I've been following him around since the show ended, kind of like a stalker, a little scary. And he said his models are being shot, and we're going to flip this around. George is going to demo how to do that teasing technique. Take notes. There we go. There's Mr. George Papanikolas. Thank you for doing this, by the way.
My pleasure. Okay, the key thing is take big sections and then do a really fine slice. So you can see it's like right above her ears where I started. So these are really big sections. Split that in half. And now you want to backcomb as much of the hair away as you can so that you're left with a fine slice. You can see this isn't like teasing an updo, so you want to just push the hair as far away as possible. And you can see it's a see-through, really sheer, fine slice. Imagine if you put a lot of hair into a foil, you don't get a lot of lift. But when you do the fine slice, it'll lift up really easily. And then when you go into paint V shapes. The V shapes are going to avoid any hard lines. If you just paint it straight down, you're going to still get a line of demarcation. By doing the V's, you get that soft, seamless color melt.
How about heavy saturation when you're doing the V's?
Nope, just saturate the top and saturate, just like lift it up if it's really long. You don't want to over swirl it because that'll over process the hair, so just saturate the top. The key is keeping the slice really fine.
Huge sections but fine slices?
Yep, and if you want more intensity, rather than leaving more hair in the foil, just stack more foils and take smaller sections.
Okay, and how do you avoid tangles when you're shampooing the hair?
Get a really good assistant. No, the key is rinse out the lightener, but don't wet the matting, and do not shampoo first. Don't wet the matting, keep it dry, it actually comes out easier. Then just apply conditioner on the ends and use a metal removal brush that are for wigs, and it'll help you get all the tangles out. And just go section by section, factor in about 10 minutes to get the whole thing out.
And in your super fast demo that you showed, you also actually had teasing on the ends. What was that all about? Some sections were teased.
Well, you want to think light and dark. So for me, like on the side, I teased the entire, this was one section here, teased all this. Then I took a little triangle for her face frame. That's your second section. Then you take about a 2-inch section from the top, tease this section. Now you've got this dark piece, and let's say once his hair falls, if you have light, dark, light, it can look really stripy. So then I just do like a little tiny baby one down here, and that was like the lower one, because you want that light and dark. So this is your shadow, this is your brighter piece over it, so you want to have that contrast.
Okay, and your favorite lightener?
Matrix Light Master. And when I do freehand balayage, always 40 volume. For the foils, you can bring it down to like 10 or 20, just depending on your preference.
And you have a full head done in 20 minutes, you said?
Yeah, it takes, I do 2 15-minute appointments to 15 minutes for the first part and then 15 minutes for the second part.
Okay. Do you use toners?
It depends. For my blondes, I ideally don't. I like to keep them really vibrant. For my redheads like this one, we did Glossink 9CG and clear, just to give it a really shimmery, coppery finish, but really sheer though.
All right, sheer, and then...
yeah, for my brunettes, like our brunette that we did in the show, she had Glossink 7A, and that gave it that nice, cool, light brown finish, and it gave it a tone-on-tone effect for her.
All right, and then, of course, Olaplex has come up. Do you use Olaplex?
I don't use Olaplex. Instead, I just don't use a lot of heat. That's kind of my secret. If you don't use heat, the lightener takes its time. You can keep an eye on it, and the hair stays in great condition.
Okay. And I told him I'd only keep him for a couple of minutes. So here we're seeing him very gently combing it out. People are asking if you have a video. Do you have a video where they can learn this? By the way, we did a photo shoot a couple years ago, Modern Salon.
Yep, there's a lot of step-by-steps.
Yeah, we did all the step-by-steps, and you guys, when I get back to the office, I will put that up again because people are fascinated by your teasing technique. What do you call this? Teasing balayage, or do you have
I call it the balayage combo.
Balayage combo.
Yep.
Well, this is great, and again, I'm going to zoom in on this. You guys see it's a seamless color design. It's a sombre. It's right.
Yep.
I mean, would you call it? It's beautiful. This
It's
is
very sun-kissed.
sun-kissed. Ooh, I like that.
Or
even
hair
better.
contouring. We like to call it hair contouring.
Hair contouring.
Because you're just contouring the outside of her hair.
Yeah, that's beautiful. George, thanks for this time.
Bye, guys.
Great to
Thank
see
you.
All right, bye-bye.